All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome today. I am Michelle Valenti with the American Parkinson Disease Association. Today is September 13th, 2023, and we are going to be doing a level 1 seated class. So please have a nice sturdy chair, either with arms or without. Make sure that you have some water nearby. Make sure you have some weights nearby if you want to use weights. Those aren't absolutely necessary. And we are also going to be using some squishy balls today. So if you have something like that at home, go ahead and get that now or when we take a break. If you don't have a ball at home, that's okay. You can just pretend. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and start by sitting to the front of your seat. We're going to start with some really thinking about our posture and some really deep breathing here. So we want to scoot up to the front. I want you to put those feet about shoulder width apart and then out in front of you, okay, so that our feet aren't back behind our knees. So I want you to think about that nice tall spine, okay, pull your shoulders back and let them drop down. So you feel that really tall spine. It might be a little hard to hold your body up like this straight. Okay, so from here, I want you to take your chin and look straight out ahead and drop your arms down. From here now, I want you to take those middle fingers and make a big circle up towards the ceiling, raising those arms. And as we do, we're going to take a deep belly breath here. Breathing in through the belly. And exhale, bring those arms down all the way out. Sitting up real tall. Deep breath, raise those arms up. Breathe in deeply and exhale all the way out. Good. Still sitting up nice and tall. Let's do 3 more. Really deep breath in and out. Good. So you're getting a little space now in that spine and your torso. And out. One last time, deep breath. Raise those arms up and stretch. And all the way down. Nice. All right, now let's bring our hands in by our shoulders and make a big tight fist. We're going to push those arms straight out in the front and open your fingers wide. All right, for 10 of these. So we're going in, out, in, out. Good. In, straight, in, straight. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go in. We're going to push our arms straight out to the sides, opening up that chest. Open up your fingers. In and out. In and out. Good. Straightening those arms if you can, even if they're not shoulder height. Good. 5 more. In, out. In, out. Good. In, out. In, and 1 more time. Out. Good. All right. Kind of shake out those shoulders a little bit. Put your hands on your lap. We're going to still stay seated really tall. I just want you to take your chin now and look down towards the floor, relaxing the shoulders and feeling that stretch down the back of the neck. Now take your chin, bring it up, and then lift it up towards the ceiling. Nice and easy, and then back down again. Nice and easy, up. And back down. Once again, we're trying to sit up tall, extend that nice long spine. And 1 more time up. Bring it back to the center. We're going to turn side to side. Once again, really easy here. We don't want to overdo it too quickly. And we want to try to stay seated tall, using that spine, using our core. Even though we're not moving, we're still working our body by sitting up really tall. All right, good. That's kind of relaxing. All right, now we're going to start with our hands on our hips. Still sitting up tall. Now we're going to try to turn a little bit side to side. So see if you can get your chest open to the opposite side if you can. So a little turn, not only in your head, but in your core, maybe your shoulders, and maybe even a little turning in the hips. You can kind of swivel in that seat if you want. All right, good. Okay, now we're going to take our hands straight out in front. We're going to sit up tall, bend at the waist, keeping our arms straight. We're going to bend at the waist and reach forward, sit up tall, pull those hands back to your shoulders and open your chest. So reach and bend, straight arms, and pull back. Good. Reach and bend, and pull back. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Good. Reach and pull. A couple more times. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Good. Hands down on your legs. We're going to start with our toes, lifting those up off the floor and tapping as high as you can. So we're trying to squeeze the front of those legs, okay, and work our ankles. Once again, we're going to sit up as tall as we can, shoulders are back. And now let's leave the toes on the floor and lift the heels up. Good. Squeezing those calves. Let's try to hold it a little longer. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. Good. 3 more like that. Nice and slow. 2, 1. Now we're going to go toes and heels. So toes, heels, toes, heels. Good. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Real big. Toes, hold, and heels, hold. And toes and heels. Good. Now we're going to take our toes. We're going to lift them in and try to touch them together, bringing the knees in as well. Then we're going to open them up. Good. Lift in together, lift open and out. Good. In together, open and out. Good. Watch how our knees are coming open. So our hips are moving as well. Whoa, we're going to sit up tall doing this. Starts to be easy to just start hunching over, isn't it? Should see me watching my games at night. All right, a couple more. Real far in, real far out. All right, good. Now let's practice just marching in the seat, just lifting one foot up at a time. You can swing your arms, if that helps. Sometimes marching, swinging your arms like you would be doing walking. Sometimes that helps a little bit. But we're just going to warm up the top of those legs and our hip flexors a little. Also, while we're doing this, we're sitting up tall. So we're working that core, working our back. Good. Little longer. Take those deep breaths still through your belly. All right, now let's just do one leg at a time. So let's lift our right leg up and down for a count of 10, as high as you can. Ready? 1, 2, real high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now let's step in and out with our right foot. Lift it up and step out, and then lift it back in. Same leg, sorry. Out, in, out, in. Good. As high as you can. So we're rotating at that hip. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Other leg now. out and in. Good. Out and in. As high as you can, opening up those hips a little bit, working our hip flexors. These help us get our feet up off the floor. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, grab a quick drink. Oh, Liz, do you have your water? Oh, you got it? You got it? I can get it for you. Oh, look at that. We got such a gentleman in this room. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up these balls. Okay, we're just going to have a little fun. Now, if you're at home doing this and you don't have a ball, you just use a small object, maybe a small pillow or something. This is just going to help us with our gripping. It's going to help us with our hand and eye coordination. We're going to use it to focus on so that we can reach and try to focus on the ball instead of our hand. So first, we're just going to start squeezing that ball as tight as we can, like we're going to pop it. So just get a feel for that ball. We're going to work our knuckles and our fingers, squeezing that ball as hard as we can. And we're going to take that ball, we're going to lift it up towards the ceiling, going to separate those feet, and then we're going to reach down towards the floor with it, squeezing it the whole time, and then lift up as tall as we can once again. Good. Stretching that body down, squeezing the tummy, and lifting up towards the ceiling, stretching it out. Back down, squeeze the tummy, and lift. 5 more. Down and lift. 4 and lift. Keep squeezing that ball. 3, lift. 2, lift. 1, and lift. Now we're going to take that ball just in our right arm, or right hand, sorry, and then you're just going to keep it out. I want you to look at your arms as long as you can. And we're going to take that ball up over our head and switch hands. So we're going to switch the ball up over our head, come back out to straight arms. Good. Up and switch and out. Up and out. Good. Up and out. Up and out. Up and out. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, bring those arms down. Shake out those shoulders a little bit. All right, let's put that ball in between your knees. So it's easy to hold this ball because it's pretty squishy and light, but I want you to take your feet now. I want you to try to bring your feet all the way together. Okay, so now you're going to have to kind of squeeze that ball a little bit more. I want you to now take your body, make it really tall. We're going to come up on those toes and squeeze that ball as hard as we can, like we're going to pop it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down and go back up and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Come up and squeeze. Try to pop the ball. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. 2 more. Up and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 1 more. Up and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now separate your feet again. You're still holding that ball. Now we're going to pulse, squeezing our knees in together, okay, for a count of 25. So we're going to squeeze. 2, 3, 4, like you're going to pop that ball. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, feeling those inner thighs, right? All right, so now we're going to take that ball back again. We're going to put it in our left hand. All right, so we're going to do some step outs with this ball. When we step out, we're going to reach out with our ball and point it to the opposite, to the sidewall. So we're going to step out, punch that ball out like we're going to look at it. All right, we're going to hand it to somebody, and then we're going to come in. We're going to switch, out, and in. Switch the ball, and out, and in, and out, and in. Now let's really reach like you're going to hand that ball away. Reach. There you go. Good. Reach. In. Reach. In. Reach. In. Reach. In. Reach. In. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's put that ball once again in your left hand. We're going to sit up tall, and we're going to do some kicks. So we're going to take that ball. We're going to touch our toe and down. Now, you don't have to touch it. You don't have to touch it. You're reaching for it. Okay, you can be like this. Okay. Let's go. Let's do 10 on each leg. Ready? We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6. That's it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And we're going to switch. Let's go. 1, 2. That's it. Kick that leg out. 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. You can get a drink if you want. We're going to start over with those reaches. We're going to stretch that body up. So this one works our upper body and our core. It's also good to make sure we're feeling that nice long torso, that nice long spine, because we end up like this so much, right? I know I do. So if we keep our back straight and we're reaching up down towards the floor, and then we're keeping it straight as we reach up, we're kind of decompressing that spine. All right, so let's start with that up as high as we can up over our head. We're going to squeeze that ball work. We're going to squish it. Reach down towards the floor and straight up again. Good. Down and lift. Make sure you breathe in and out here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. 5 more. Real tall. Keep squeezing that ball like you're going to squish it. So we're working those hands too. And 2 and 1. All right. Now we're going to have that ball out in our left hand. Remember, we're going to switch over our head. So we're going to squeeze and switch. Together, switch. Good. Up and over. Up and out. Up and out. Let's sit up tall here and out. Good. Up and out. Up and out. 10 more. 10. Real big arms. 9. 8. 7. Keep those arms long and straight. 5. Good. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right. Right? Shake out those shoulders. All right. You all right, Wayne? Yeah. You don't have to lift your shoulders up any higher than you need to, right? So if your shoulder bothers you lifting up here, then let's keep them down here. Okay, but we want to try to straighten those arms out, even if they're down. All right, so this one we are going to switch hands. So remember, we're going to be out here. If you need to have them down, you can be like that, but we're going to reach for that ball. Okay, so keep the ball here. We're going to reach and switch. And other side, reach and switch open. Good. Reach and open. Reach and open. Good. Reach and open. Reach and open. Reach and open. 4 more. Reach, open. Big turn at the waist. Reach, open. Reach, open. Last one. Reach and open. Good. All right. Take a deep breath. We're going to do some step outs next. And we're going to pass the ball to our invisible partner here. All right. So we're going to take that ball in our left hand. We're going to go out and switch the ball. Out and in. Good. Step out and in. Out and in. Nice. Big steps out. Reach. Good. Reach. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. We're going to do those kicks now. This time, let's do same side. Okay, instead of opposite, we're going to do same side. So we're going to put it in our right hand, and we're going to lift our right leg into a kick and try to reach that toe with our ball. All right. So we're going to lift, kick, and in. 2. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And other side. Sit up tall. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 6. Good job. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Don't worry, I didn't forget our inner thighs. I just remembered them. All right, so we're going to put that ball between our legs. Now, first, we're going to bring our feet all the way together, and we're going to squish that ball. I want to see if you can pop it. Okay? So we're going to sit up tall, hold that ball in, and we're going to just squeeze for a count of 5. Ready? We're going to squish it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and open up. And together. Yeah, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and open. There's always a first time for everything. Together. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Together. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time, real hard. Together. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now put those feet a little wider. We're still having that ball. Now we're going to just pulse and squeeze that ball for a count of 25. All right, ready? Working those inner thighs. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, pop it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right. I think we're done with these things. So I'm going to grab these from you so they stay out of your way, and get a drink if you want, and then go ahead and grab those weights. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So we are going to do a little marching in our seat. And then we're going to do some curling. Okay, so we're going to work our upper body. We're going to work our biceps. But we're also going to get a little cardio in here. We're going to march our feet. So we're going to have our arms down to the sides. And I just want you to start marching in your seat. Okay. And as we're marching, we're going to curl. That's all we're doing. Curl and down. Keep marching. Curl and down. That's it. 2 things at once. Of course, if you want to sing along too, that's all right with me. You're doing it, Liz. You're doing it. That's right. Hey, I could ask you to chew gum too. Pretending. All right, come on, keep going, keep going. Almost there. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, harder than it seems, right? All right, let's work on just a little bit of shoulder flexibility. Okay, so we do a lot of work with our arms and shoulders. So we're going to bring our elbows right into the hips and our arms straight out in front. Okay, we're going to sit up real tall. Now we're going to keep our elbows dug into our hips. We're going to bring those weights together. Okay, and then we're going to slide them open, keeping those weights right in our elbows in our hips and our arms in a 90-degree angle. We're going to go together and rotate open. Good. Sit up tall here. This is a nice exercise to open up those shoulders, build a little strength. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Put those weights on your legs. All right, we're going to do a little more hip work. Okay, so what we're going to do is first start with our right leg up. We're going to sit up tall. And I just want you to rotate in small circles, little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg, small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, other side up. We're going to go bigger circles this time, slower. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg, big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. We're going to do some kickouts now. So I'm going to make sure you're to the front of your seat. And here's what we're doing with our legs. We're going to kick our heel out kind of at an angle and then lift it in. Okay. So we're going to kind of straighten that leg out, heel, toe is up, and bring it in. So that's the leg part. Okay. Out, in, kind of in an angle. So straighten it and lift it in. Straighten it and lift it in. Good. Now, with our weights, we're going to just come up straight out over that leg. So if I'm going out with my left leg, I'm going with my left arm and down. Same side, same thing, other side. So heel out, straighten that leg, and straighten that arm up. Good. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Now, straighten that leg, lift it in. Straighten it, lift it in. Good. Heel down, toe up. Nice. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, catch your breath. We are going to do that curl with a march again. All right. So let's start sitting up tall. Arms are down, palms are up. We're going to march in our seat first. All right, so we're marching, we're marching. We're just going to start curling our arms. Your own pace. So if you need to curl the same time you lift a leg, that works. We're just trying to do those 2 things at once, getting our heart rate up a little bit. Nice. Keep going. About 10 more seconds. Your pace. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. Working on those shoulders again. So we're going to dig our elbows into our waist. Okay. Arms are straight out in front, bent at the elbow. We're going to come together and then rotate open. Nice and easy. Sit up tall. We're just rotating those shoulders. Okay, this is just a strengthener for the shoulders. Good. We don't want to force it open. As big as you can get it without any pain. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, put those weights on your legs. We're going to do some circles again, starting with small ones. This time we're going in. So we're going to lift up that right foot. We're going to do little circles in, real little, working the hips here. 1, 2, 3. So we're lifting that knee, not just our foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg, small circles in. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, other leg up. Now we're going to do big, slow circles. 1, in, 2, 3. The biggest you can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, other leg. Circle in. 2, real big. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, last thing in this series, we're shooting those legs out. Remember, at an angle on your heel, try to straighten it. Arm goes straight out over that leg. Okay, up and down. Out and down. Out and down. Good. Straight out. Dig that heel into the floor. Good. Dig that heel in. Kind of push it out. Good. Out. That's it. Really straighten it. Good. Out. That's it. Switching back and forth. Nice job. Great extensions there on those legs. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab a drink. We're going to keep our weights and do some core work. I know, I love this music. Someone said that they have cover bands for this type of music at stages in Kirkwood. Should look that up. Wouldn't that be fun? I wonder if people dance too. I bet they do. Oh, yeah, I know, right? I learned how to swing when I was really young. Jitterbug, whatever they call it. Jitterbug. My mom always called it swing. So, all right. So we're going to do our core a little bit. I want you to take those weights right in the front and put them together. Set them on your chest. Okay, so we're going to go back towards the back of our seat with a nice tall spine. So I want you to sit to the front of your seat. Now, you don't have to go back all the way to the chair. Okay, you might just go back a few inches, all right, and come back up. But we want to keep our feet flat on the floor out in the front. And I want you to just really feel that tighten right here under the belly button, okay? That's where we want to squeeze because we want to keep our back straight. We're just working this area right here. All right, so we're going to hold the weights on our chest. We're going to go back and up, breathing in and out. 2, 3, good. These aren't big moves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're going to go back and hold for a count of 10 and not come up. All right, so you don't hold your breath here, though. All right, I'll count, you breathe. All right, so we're going to go back and we're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come up. Deep breath. We're going to do 2 more like that. You should be really feeling that core now. All right, we're going to go back and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come up. Take a deep breath. 1 more like that. All right, ready? We're going to go back and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and come up. All right, now let's take our weights. We're going to hold them down to the side. So we are going to do a side bend, and then we're going to do a shoulder press, an arm curl to press. So it looks like this. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to reach down to our left side. We're going to come up, curl, and press that arm and down. Okay, same side. Reach, curl, and push. And reach, curl, and push. Good. And reach, curl, push. Reach, curl, push. Good. 3 more. Reach, curl, push. Reach, curl, push. Last time this side. Reach, curl, push. All right, other side now. We're going to reach side, curl, push. Good. That's it. 2, curl, push. Nice and easy. 3, curl, push. 4, curl, push. 5, curl, push. 6, curl, push. 7, curl, push. 8, and 2 more. 9, and 10. All right. Okay, really, I want to work a little bit more on our hands. So we're going to hold those weights, and you can rest them on your legs if you want. And if you want to get comfortable in your seat, because I really just want to pay attention to your hands here. So I want you to take that hand, those weights on the palm of your hand instead of your fingers, okay? And then try to bring those fingers down and out. So the weight is resting on that open palm. Now I just want you to take your time, and I want you to take that thumb first and grip your weight. Okay, it's just with the thumb. Now bring the pointer finger in, and then the middle finger in, and then the ring finger and the pinky. Now I just want you to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that weight as tight as you can, and then curl those wrists up. Right, in towards you. You should feel the back of the arm right here. Now we're going to undo the same way. We're going to go pinky out, ring, middle, pointer, and thumb. All right, so that is resting on your palm. We're going to squeeze our thumb in, then pointer, middle, ring, and pinky. Squeeze that weight as hard as you can, like you're going to pop it. Not even close to a ball, I know. Now take your wrists and squeeze them up and in. Just turn them in. You should feel that in the back of the wrists and up the forearms. And unroll. Once again, we're going pinky out, ring, middle, pointer, thumb. All right, so it's resting on your palm. Let's do it one more time. Thumb, pointer, middle, ring, pinky, and squeeze. And then roll that in, turning the wrists in towards you. You feel that forearm right here, squeezing. Squeeze, 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 and unroll. Good. All right, we're going to set those weights down, and we're going to stretch. We're done. I feel that in my hands today from the ball and those weights. All right. So we're going to start sitting to the front of the seat. I want your feet flat on the floor out in front of you. You start sitting up real tall. Okay. Let's bring one leg out nice and straight. Dig your heel into the floor and pull your toe back towards you. And then I just want you to kind of lean forward a little. If you want, you can reach for that toe. We're going to stay here, so make sure you feel real balanced. I want you feeling the back of that leg, and I want you to take some deep breaths with me. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose. And out. And we're going to sit up and put that other foot out long and as straight as you can. If you want, you can reach for that toe, but we're going to try to keep that leg as straight as you can and take that deep breath in. And out. And in. And out. One more time. In. And out. Good. All right. We're going to bring the foot back in and scoot to the back of the seat. I want you to just cross one leg over the other, just like this, starting. We'll get to that one in a little bit. But we're just going to cross. I want you to grab the back of that leg and pull, okay? So you're pulling your leg across your body, and you're turning the opposite way. So there's just a little twist in your spine, especially deep low in your core. All right, now we're going to bring that leg up, crossing over the other. And then take that hand and push that leg away from you if you want, opening up that hip. Don't overdo it. If you can't get that leg up there, just keep it down. Yeah, there you go. Just cross it. There you go. Just cross low. That's it. You're still going to get that hip a little bit, even if you're here. Okay? Just kind of turn. Maybe bring your legs across your body a little bit. Just try to open up that hip. All right, and then let's start with the other one. So we're crossing here. We're going to take the outside of that leg, pull it over, and then turn the opposite way. This big twist in your spine, in your vertebrae, and especially the lower part of the core. All right, good. Now, if you want, you can bring that leg up and push that leg away and open up the hip. Good. Take a deep breath. Good. All right. Let's put both feet on the floor and our back into the back of the seat. We're just going to tap the floor with our toes. You're going to tap it hard so you really feel the front of your toes and the ball of your feet, or the front part of your foot, I should say. Now let's do the same thing with our heels. Once again, we're going to tap those heels hard onto the floor. Good. All right, then kick them out in front of you. We're going to do some small circles, opening up those ankles. You go small to big. Okay, big and wide, really taking our time and opening up those ankles. Now we're going to go out. We just did in. Or the opposite of what you just did. Good. All right, let's rest those feet on the floor. Nice bend in the knee. Okay, and I want you now to just take your feet, I want you to push them down into the floor. Push them down in the floor so you feel the bottom of your foot pushing down. You're kind of pushing back against your chair. Okay, so feel that floor with your feet. And stop. Just kind of let your legs relax. Bring your arms down to the sides. We're going to do that same thing as we reach up over our head. I want you to push your feet down into the floor. And release. And relax your feet. All right, we're going to take another deep breath in. Raise up, push your feet down into the floor. And exhale. One more time. Push your feet down, raise up. And bring those arms back down. Good. All right, now let's bring one arm across the body, nice and low. We're going to bring that other hand behind the elbow and push that arm into our chest. There, you got it. Good. Like you're going to hug yourself. Yeah. So we're stretching that back part right here. Keep it low. Now let's take your head. I want you to tilt it sideways to where the thumb is, towards your ear, towards your shoulder. Hold it there. Look up and away. The opposite way of your hand. Pushing that arm into your chest. All right, and release. Good. Other side. First, we're bringing that arm across. Hand is above that elbow. Push that arm into your chest. I know, right? So it should be, yeah, there you go. All right, now we're going to tilt our ear towards that same shoulder where our thumb is up, and then take your eyes up and away from your hands. Keep pushing that arm into your chest. All right, and release. We're going to do that one more time, but without our arms. So I just want you to take ear down towards your shoulder. Relax your shoulders down and look up and away. Just stretching the side of the neck. Taking a deep breath. Back up, and then other side. Ear down towards the shoulder. Look up and away. Relaxing the shoulders here. Good. Bring your head back to the center. We're going to finish with those deep breaths again. Not worrying about our feet this time. Just taking a big inhale and stretching up. And exhaling down. All right. Real big, deep belly breath in. And out. One more time. Big, deep breath. The biggest you have. And all the way out. And you are done. Nice work, everybody. Nice job today. Oh, woo, right, Liz? All right. Well, you all have a great day at home, too. I hope you have a good weekend ahead, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye now.